Hey y'all, iRick Guy here, and I'm going to answer a very common question within this video. And that question is, should I buy the 64 gig iPad Air 4, iPad Air Generation 4, or should I buy the 256 gig iPad Air 4? Now, there's a lot of videos on this, and I watched a lot of those videos because I was trying to decide for myself, do I need to get the 64 gig iPad Air 4, or should I spend a little bit more and get the 256 gig and better future-proof the device? So I'm going to pop over to my screen now. Let me hit my screen recording, and I'm going to show you which one I went with and exactly how much space I'm using and what I have on my iPad. We're going to make this as simplistic as possible. So I'm firing up this screen recording, and then boom, you ought to be able to see it here. So currently, and this is right after I set up my iPad Air 4. By setup, I mean I put all my stuff in there, my data, my apps, and everything. So as you can see currently, and again, I got my iPad Air 4 yesterday. So today, you can see that I have, that I'm only using 22.4 gigs out of the total available 64 gigs. That's right, I went with the 64 gig iPad instead of the more expensive 256. And I'm going to show you what I've got on here. So I've got the Photos app. That's consuming about 3.62 gigs. Keep in mind, with the Photos app, I use the photo storage in iCloud. Even though I store my photos in iCloud, there will be some photos, there will be some videos, at least temporarily, that'll probably reside locally on your device. So that's why we're seeing 3.62 gigs there. Now I've got, several hundred gigs worth of photos, but they're out on the Apple iCloud. GarageBand came with the iPad, and a lot of these apps, keep in mind, if you didn't use them, you could uninstall them. Notes, I do a lot of notes. I store my notes in iCloud, but even though I do, they're still consuming about 1.51 gigs. I've got a ton of notes, man. Keynotes on here. Lightroom is an application that I use for my professional photo editing. And I've got a ton of photos within Lightroom, but with Lightroom, I use the Adobe Cloud to store those photos. So you can see it's only consuming about 603.6 megabytes on my device. So not much at all. iMovie app, that comes with if you want to edit some videos. Now that's a cautionary word I want to throw in. If you plan to use your iPad Air for heavy video editing, you may want to consider the larger 256 gig. But if you just want to do a casual video edit here and there, maybe you're like me and you've got other Macs. I've got a Mac Mini M1 and I've got a MacBook Air incoming. So those will kind of be my primary video editing computers. But it's still nice to know that if I was out in the field and only took my iPad Air 4 rather, that I could, pop out iMovie and perform an edit. It's got Pages and Numbers, and then Procreate. Procreate is a program that I purchased to use in conjunction with the Apple Pencil 2. You can make some really cool thumbnails for your YouTube videos. If you're an artist, you can use it for that, but without having a lot of creations, Procreate's only consuming 391.8 megs of my iPad Air 4. So now if you're a heavy Procreate user and you've got huge images, huge pieces of art that you've designed, you may want to consider the larger iPad. But again, I mean, so then I've installed Facebook, insignificant amount of storage, Spark, which is an Adobe app that I use for some thumbnails and other things. YouTube, obviously I use YouTube. You're watching this on YouTube, youtube.com/iRickSky. Clips is an app that came with it. Instagram, I installed Instagram, I installed Chrome, I installed Twitter, I installed YouTube Studio, which is let's just call it the admin interface for YouTube if you run a YouTube channel. And then I've got all those other apps you can see on here. So I've even got the Apple TV, which is not consuming much. And I mean, you can see for yourself. There's no tomfoolery. There's no gibberish in this video. I'm just telling you how it is. This is my iPad. I got it yesterday. I installed my stuff, and this is what we're seeing. So the system itself is consuming about 6.4 gigs. Other is consuming about 4.01. So again, to look at this, to go back to the top. So again, to look at this and go back to the top, you can see that with all of this that I've got, and this is what I use my iPad for. So, you may have a completely different use case. You may use a ton of apps and you may need that extra storage. But everything that I've just shown you I'm only consuming 22.5 gigs out of the total available 64 gigs. So I've got a ton of space for me. But again, for you, depending upon your use case, you may need a lot more space. So, I'm not trying to tell you what you do need or what you don't need. All that I'm doing here is showing you in the real world my 64 gig iPad Air 4 and how much space is being consumed on it. So, I'm not trying to sell you one way or the other, but if you're shopping for the iPad Air 4, whether it's the 64 gig or the 256 gig, please expand this video's description and then click the link there. You can find all the iPad Air 4s, the different colors, the 64 gig, the 256 gig configuration, and you can also find the case like I use right here. I really like this case, and of course the Apple Pencil version too. So I hope this video helped. Again, I'm not trying to dumb this down too much, but I've seen a lot of videos because I was researching this. And a few hundred, over $100 or so difference, that's significant for a lot of people, including myself. So if I didn't have to spend the extra whatever, over $100, $200, whatever the difference was, if I didn't have to spend it, if 64 gig was going to be more than enough, I would have been fine. And honestly, until I installed all my apps that I use, which you see right here, until I installed everything, I didn't really have the warm and fuzzies. But now that I've installed everything and I see that I'm only using 22.5 gigs out of the total 64 gigs available, I feel really good about it. Now, admittedly, on my iPhone 12 Pro, I got the 256 gig version of the iPhone 12 Pro, but that's because I take it in the field with me, and when I'm in the field, I may be filming 4K videos, I may be filming, taking a lot of photos, I may do things that I may be off network, and I may need that extra storage on the device. But an iPad that I'm typically using in an office environment, that I'm typically using when I'm connected to Wi-Fi, for me, there's not a business need to have that additional space. So, and again, just to recap, if you don't use Apple iCloud, the subscription to the online cloud storage from Apple, then you're probably definitely going to want to get the 256. But if you're like me and you have an Apple iCloud subscription, you're not a huge video editor from your iPad Air 4. Although there are some people that do that and they connect an external hard drive by way of USB-C. So even if you went with the 64 gig, there's ways to kind of work around, what could become a size limitation. But for my use case, again, managing my social media, getting on social media to interact with viewers, taking photos, taking some video clips, editing my photos professionally within Lightroom CC, this is more than enough. A casual, video edit or 2 or 3 or whatever while I'm in the field with iMovie, I can do that. Again, I primarily do all of my video editing in my studio or from my, Mac Mini M1 or my MacBook Air M1. So, but you may be looking at this as kind of your all-in-one device. If you don't have other Macs and you want to make this your kind of number one device, you may want to go with a larger space if you feel you might consume it. And if you want to try to better future-proof your investment. But as we know, especially with Apple devices, future-proofing is kind of a funny word because inevitably anything that you buy will quickly become obsolete. So, I've grown to the my philosophy now when I buy Apple devices is, I know because I'm a big, I've got GAS, Gadget Acquisition Syndrome. So I know that, when I get an Apple device, that when the next thing comes out, I may not get the next one, but the next one I'm probably going to be, just really stir crazy to get it, and I'll probably end up getting it. So for that reason, I've made it my best practice has been to, to make something, spec it out enough, whether it's a laptop or a desktop or an iPad, spec it out enough where it'll perform well and I don't feel like I'm hindered in any way, but don't go with the overkill, extra storage space, extra memory that may never be utilized. Don't go to the extreme to where I've sunk more money into a device because, I do upgrade quite frequently. So for me, again, I know this has been a long rant, but I hope it helped you. For me, the iPad Air 4 with 64 gigs is more than enough. And I personally could not justify the extra spend for an iPad Air 4 with 256 gigs, given what I just showed you here. You know, this is what I use. But again, look at the apps you use. Maybe you've got another iPad. Maybe your friend's got an iPad. Look at the apps you use and look at the storage space that they're consuming. And, you know, add that up and then, you know, take into account, okay, well, if I use these apps, what are the files I'm going to be creating using these apps? How large might those files be? How many files might I have? You know, take all of that into consideration. But you may find that 64 gigs, because I looked at 64, I'm like, man, that's tiny. You know, in my head, 64 gigs, that's small, man. My iPhone 12 Pro is 256, and I didn't even get the largest capacity iPhone 12 Pro. You know, can I get by with 64 gigs? I am getting by with 64 gigs with the iPad Air 4. So, hope this helped. Subscribe, ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. And again, expand this video's description and then click the link there. You can find the little very nice case like I use, and it comes in a variety of different colors. Man, this thing was cheap, but it's super nice, and I love that feel. It's got a very nice tactile feel to it. But comment below, tell me what you think. Do you have other iPad Air 4 questions? I'm looking to film some more videos. I love my iPad Air 4. You know, I got it, and we'll talk about this in other videos, why I got the iPad Air 4. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Captain Irix Guy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/Irix Guy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.